Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This is our second talk on the topic, we are three in one. So, in our first talk in the morning, we have seen that there are three factors involved. Out of these three, where do we place ourselves? To understand this, take an example. The sun in the sky, then a bucket and the water in that bucket. So when the sun falls in the waters of the bucket, one phenomena happens, and the phenomena is the sun gets reflected in the waters. As the sun has its original light, in the same manner, the reflected disk of the sun in the waters also throws light. But the difference is, the sun has its original light and the disk in the waters is dependent light, no independent light. Now, if this is clear, out of these three, which is real and which is dependent and which only appears? See? If we remove the bucket, without bucket you can't hold the waters. And if there is no bucket, there are no waters in the bucket, there cannot be reflection. So if the bucket is removed, water is removed, reflection is removed, is it a loss to the sun? No loss. Now, next example. Sun is the same one. Now instead of one, there are n number of buckets. And in those n number of buckets, there are so many samples of water. In one bucket, the water is crystal clear, absolutely. In other one, it is a little bit muddy. In the third one, it is too much muddy. In the fourth one, it is muddy plus disturbed, shaky. Because of that, there will be 4 different types of reflections in the water. Now, these 4 reflections, are they dirty, clean, disturbed? Never mind. It is said, what cannot be cured must be endured. But that is a pessimistic thought. It is a pessimistic one. I don't like that proverb. I gave a suggestion in the morning that if you cannot switch it off, you can throw it. It is entertaining. So, it is not that what cannot be cured should be endured. What cannot be cured should not be endured, should be enjoyed. See? Conversion of endurance into enjoyment is the secret of life. Otherwise, we think, oh, what can I do? No, enjoy. We are here only for one purpose. Make life a celebration. Instead of we are making calibration. Don't calibrate, celebrate. See? So, these 4 buckets, 4 different types of waters, and sun is only one. There are 4 reflections. Now these 4 reflections, are these 4 reflections dependent on the quality of the water? If the reflection is in dirty water, is the reflection dirty? If the reflection is in clean, neat water, is the reflection clean, neat? If the waters are disturbed, is the reflection disturbed? Think. When the water is dirty, the reflection is not dirty. Do you know why? It doesn't exist. As you can fish out the fish from the waters, can you fish out the reflection from the bucket? But don't you see that? So what is the position of the reflection? It appears, but it doesn't exist. See. Now, we take this example and apply subjectively. In place of the sun, keep whatever name you give. In Vedanta we say Brahman, in devotion we say Bhagavan, in yoga we say Paramatma, in English we say God. It doesn't matter. It is said, what is there in the name? Call the dog mad and hang it. It doesn't matter. So whatever name you label you give doesn't matter. So that God is one. Now in place of the buckets, keep our bodies. We are all buckets. And in that bucket, there are waters of mind. And the minds are different types. Clean, pure, then disturbed, dirty, criminal, greedy, different minds. Now that God is reflecting in these different types of minds, now because of that, is the reflection becoming disturbed or dirty? Because of that, is the God becoming disturbed or dirty? Think. Neither the God is becoming dirty or disturbed because of our minds, nor we are becoming dirty or disturbed. We are the same. But what happens? We are carried away by this. So when the body is fat, I am fat. The body is thin, I am thin. When there is a pain in the mind, I am painful. When there is a joy in the mind, I am joyful. So what is happening? With the movement of the waters, as if the reflection is also moving. The reflection is not moving, it is appearing to be moving. Because it doesn't exist. See? Now to understand this point, now come to subjective thing. Man, sun or God. Bucket of water is wife and her constitution. Reflection is husband. Can there be a husband without the wife? See. So like the reflection is an appearance in the waters, in the same manner, husband is an appearance in the wife. Be very attentive, very important point. One day in Germany it happened. After my retreat, like breaks we have, one lady came and she said, Swamiji, you should have come in my life 25 years before. I said, even then I would not have married you. No, not for that purpose. So she said, I would not have a divorce 3 times. I said, anyway, the fourth time, don't do it. Then I said, now I want to improve my knowledge. This is how I have learned from you people only. You are all my gurus. Many people ask, who is your guru? You are my guru. Because who is a guru? From whom you learn, is it not? So I am learning from every one of you. So you are all my gurus. Those who are poor people, they have got only one coat, one pant. Those who are rich, they have got many, is it not? In the same manner, those who are poor, they have got one guru, Daridri. See, I got millions of them. From everyone you learn. You are not short of gurus in this world. So, I said, I want to learn from you. Please tell me. When you got married for the first time with the first husband, for our understanding, let us, create some formula. You were W1 and your husband was H1. So your couple was W1H1. Clear? Yes. Then you divorced. Then you again got married second time. So you became W2 and he became H2. Yes. Third time W3, H3. Yes. Now my question is, W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to what? See? Are you 3 wives? And when you divorce first time, where the first wife went? When you got married second time, where from the second wife came? Did he import her from somewhere? Oh, downloaded? No. Where from she came? And third time you repeated that. So the third wife, W3, where are they? See, friends, they have no existence. And who got miserable? These non-existing entities. See, friends. So when we think ourselves to be as a personality, it is here we make the mistakes. See, in Sanskrit there are 2 words. One is abhivyakti, second is vyakti. Abhivyakti means manifestation, a phenomenal manifestation. And vyakti means individuality. Like reflection of the sun in the bucket is just a phenomena, is it not? Let there be any water anywhere, the principle remains the same. In the same manner, any fool getting married to any super fool is called as husband, is it not? So tell me, husband is an individuality or it is a phenomena? Think. One day, one husband-wife came and he was complaining, Swamiji, I am so miserable because of her. Please help me, what should I do? I said, think properly. Come on, what think properly when you don't know? I said, come on, think coolly. It is not difficult. Then I asked him, you simply answer my questions. Your problem will be solved. I asked him, tell me, you are educated, husband is a common noun or a proper noun? See, man is a common noun or a proper noun? It's a common noun. So, husband is a common noun. That means what? Every husband is miserable. What is great about you? Oh, really? I said, yes. You know only you as a husband. I know millions of them. No husband I have seen with a smile on the face. So, if you smile, then something wrong with you. It's good. Continue. See, friends, husband is a manifestation. It is not an individuality. But what we do, the expression is mistaken as individuality. That's it. And who is he or who is she? She is my relative. From the relative, you cannot get absolute happiness. You get relative happiness. See, friends. Therefore, who is this I we are talking about? First, we have seen that I is the body. And with that, so many problems are created. Now, the second thing, second I is this I as the husband, the wife, and miserable, happy. But find out. See, friends. And be attentive. In every religion, whatever religion you take, they may agree, they may not agree. But the truth is this. Every religion tries to tell us that we are embodied other than the body. See? Like in Hindu religion, it is very clear. There is no problem. In other religions, they don't accept the rebirth. But they accept the continuation of life. In one graveyard, one child went with his father and he saw graves, different sizes, a different construction and all that. So the child asked, Dad, why they have constructed so huge things on the grave? What is the reason? The dad said, look here, when the day of judgment comes, these people with the heavy load will take lot of time to remove, but I will go fast, and therefore they put heavy load on them. Means what? Means even after the body dies, the soul continues to exist, is it not? Then who dies? So the first principle of discovering the I is this. Do not get lost in this understanding that we are the body. No, we are embodied, living through this body. See? In our mathematics, how we arrive at the unknown factor? Suppose we are told there are 3 containers. In 3 containers there is milk respectively, 5 liters, 10 liters and 15 liters. And the fat percentage in these 3 types of milks is 2%, 4% and 6%. And if all the milks are mixed together, what will be the average fat percentage? These type of things are asked, isn't it? Examination. I remember once this similar question was asked to me, and I replied in a way that I got punishment. The question was, there is a water tank and it has got 2 holes, one is inlet, one is outlet. If only the inlet is opened, outlet is closed, and you switch it on, the tank gets filled in within 2 hours. If you empty the filled tank without inlet drinking water, it empties in 45 minutes. If both the inlet and outlet are simultaneously on, how much time it will take to fill in the tank? So I replied, don't waste water. First of all, fill in and use properly. See? So when I do not know what is the percentage of fat, how do I proceed? Suppose the percentage of fat is X, is it not? And then if you just write this as an answer to your question, the percentage of fat is X% and submit your answer book, will you get money, marks for that? No. Then you have to establish the value of X, is it not? If this is clear, then come back. If I am not body, but I am embodied, then who am I? See? This question, who am I, can come and becomes valid only if we have accepted that I am someone other than the body. As a body, this question is invalid for me. I know I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful. Where is the problem? This question is valid only if I accept that I am someone other than the body. So who is that other than the body? Instead of X, we are told by the religions, it is a soul. And we accept like a dumb. What is that soul? In Goa, in India, there is one dish, I like that dish very much. The name of the dish is soul curry. They are so highly spiritual that they make a curry out of the soul. See, what is that soul? The moment you ask, what is the soul? In Sanskrit, what is the jiva or the soul? And when you ask this question, devil is speaking through him. The moment questions are asked, you are paralyzed. Define what is soul. You simply say and I accept. What is soul? See, friend, to understand this principle of soul, the example which I give is easier for you to understand because it is a homely example. Man is God, wife is reflecting media, and the reflection is the husband. Be attentive. Can you talk about husband without the man, without the wife, and without the reflection? So if you have to define husband, husband is made up of three components. One component is man, second component is wife, third component is expression of the happy man through the limitations of the wife in a miserable manner. These three things put together is called as husband, is it not? Can you talk about husband without man? Can you talk about husband without wife? Can you talk about husband without the reflection? No. Now out of these three, which is the real? If the wife dies, will anything happen to husband? Will anything happen to man? No. Because when there is no wife, he is no more a husband. Think. When the wife dies, nothing happens to the man. When you throw the waters out of the bucket, nothing happens to sun, nothing happens to the reflection also. Think, friends, in the same manner, the soul, people talk and we get carried away in a dumb manner. Therefore, who is this I? This investigation we have to begin. So first, in the very lower class, at the physical level, at the material level, I is man, woman, young, old, etc. Then at the secondary level, I is a husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, etc. See how many I's? Now one more I is added. I, the soul. And this soul principle goes so deep in our system that all the time the same question is asked. Once I was addressing in a school, students of, teenage students, class 11 and 12. So naturally when you talk that age group, you don't talk about God and realization. You talk to them about inspiration, achievement, dedication, and ambition, so that something best comes out of them. So I was talking to them. After an hour or so, then questions will be entertained only if they are answered by the students, because I was addressing the students. No teacher, no elderly person should ask any question. I will not answer. Go ahead. And yet one old teacher got up. Swamiji, I got a question. I said, please sit down. I am not going to answer your question. Naturally, he felt very insulted. And he walked out. And who cares? Go. After everything was over, I went to the principal's room for a cup of tea. And I said, sir, please called that teacher, he got very angry with me. I'll extend profuse apologies. So he came. And I said, sir, I'm sorry, I did not answer your question. You got insulted, hurt, but I'm very sorry. But why didn't you tell me my question? You did not even listen to me. You insulted me before everybody. I said, sir, your question was wrongly placed. That was not the time you should ask that question. But you have not heard my question. How do you know what question I was asking? You're still boiling. I said, your question was, what happens to the soul after death? How do you know? I said, from your face. You are not living. See? I said, now I'll answer your question. What happens after death? That was his question. I said, are you a Hindu or a Muslim or Christian? Of course I am a Hindu. I said, we'll burn you. No, not that way. He thought I am burning him alive or what? No, not that way. I said, okay, the second option. When you die, there will be a holiday for the school, but don't die on Sunday. One holiday will be lost. No. What happens to the soul after death? He felt, what a lovely question. Yes. I said, sir, what is the subject you teach here? So that, I can answer this question in the language that you will understand easily. I teach physics here. I said, very good, you made my job very easy. Then I asked him, sir, when a bulb becomes fuse, what happens to the light? There the soul goes after death. As you have become stunned, find out, when the bulb becomes fuse, will the light from the bulb come out and go in search of another bulb? What happens? Nothing happens. Because it doesn't exist. See, my friends, don't get carried away by that funny thing. If you do this thing, you'll go to hell. See? Going to hell and heaven is a KG1, KG2. See? One experience I had in US. I was in some shopping mall doing window shopping. As usual, I had no money. I was just watching. My friend has gone for some work. He said, Sanjay, I'll come in an hour or two. I say, you come anytime. I had to simulate time pass. So one person came with his big gown and all that. And he asked me, excuse me. So I looked at him and said, okay, excused. What else can I do? I didn't know what mistake he has done. Then he said, are you Hindu? I said, any objection? No. Do you believe in Christ? I said, no. I believe in Lord Jesus Christ. He is not a pal to call him singularly. He said, okay. Do you believe? I said, yes. Then you are a Christian? I said, yes, I am a Christian also. But you said you are a Hindu? I said, I am a Hindu also. How it is possible? I said, you don't know the latest technology, 2-in-1. So when I said 2-in-1, he got very angry. He said, if you say like this, you'll go to hell. Then I asked him, excuse me, where will you go? He said, of course I'll go to heaven. I said, if you go to heaven, I'll prefer hell. Friends, this hell, heaven, fear, guilt, this is not spirituality. Masses are controlled only through guilt and fear. Why should we be guilty? See? Because we are taught that way. Discard all this and discover that you are the source of happiness. A happy person cannot be destructive. Happiness is creative energy. See? Can anybody say like that? Suppose I go and tell to my girlfriend, I don't have, for your information. So I go and tell to my girlfriend, darling, honey, today I am so happy, I just want to kill you. No. Happiness is not a destructive force. And those who threaten us, that if you do this thing, you will go to hell. We can tell, I'll wait for you, come. See, friends, there is no place. Like we have got Port Elizabeth is a place. Johannesburg is a place. In the same way, heaven, hell, no. If you are at peace with yourself under all conditions, not only you are in heaven, but you are the heaven. And anybody coming near to you, his life flowers into beauty. That is fulfillment of life. Otherwise, all the time leading a fearful, frustrated life. Oh God, I have done this thing. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Don't do that. Learn from your experience and grow wise. See? Normally what happens? Every experience creates impressions on our mind. And impressions are only of two types. One impression is that we like something. Other impression is that we don't like that thing. Only two impressions. There is no third impression. Whatever it may be. Food, we like, dislike. Music, we like, dislike. Place, we like, dislike. People, we like, dislike. There is no third impression. And right from childhood, we have not conquered it, but we have promoted it. What is the definition of prosperity? Definition of prosperity, more the choice you give to yourself, more prosperous you are, is it not? See? And truth is, lesser the choice you give to yourself, happier you are. See, friends, so when we are interacting in this world, only two impressions are formed, likes and dislikes. How to get rid of them? It's only one way. Learn from the experience of your life. When we learn, impressions are not formed. See? Now, one common example which we all have done sometime or the other in our life. As a child, we had touched fire sometime, something hot, and our hand got burnt. So we have learned, even as a child, that the fire burns. And therefore, thereafter, we have dealt with the same fire, the same burning ability of the fire, in such a manner that the same burning ability of the fire is used to our benefit, is it not? Do we hate fire? Do we love fire? No. We use fire because we have learned from that. Apply the same principle in life. With every experience, if we learn, we will grow wise. And what are the signs of a wise man? Bhagavad Gita says, Gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise person is the one who is not miserable because somebody dies or because somebody doesn't die. Ignorant people are miserable both the reason. Somebody dies, they are miserable. They are also miserable. This fellow doesn't die also. The signs of wisdom are only one: wit, humor and happiness. No other sign. Don't imagine that wisdom means two horns grow like the Onida and the tail comes from backside. No! Nothing in this world will be able to encash success on you. You will be at home. And this can happen only if our foundation is clear. It is only in the relative world there are problems. Then how to deal with this thing? Only understand this. Relative is a relative. Don't expect absolute happiness from the relative. If your wife cooks and gives you food, be satisfied with that. After that, if you have to wash the dishes, be happy with that. See? All the husbands and wife look at each other. See, friends, life is what we make it. In one tea estate I had gone in India, and when I was sitting for a cup of tea with my friend, there a beautiful big board was written. Life is like a cup of tea, depends how you make it. How true it is, isn't it? You can make it bitter, you can make it sweet, you can make it useless. You have got a choice. Choose to be happy. Don't justify that you are miserable. And then, when you are at peace with yourself, then you will understand what I told you. That soul is an expression of the infinite through the limitation of the finite. Because of these limitations, then expression behaves funny. But because that funny expression of the limitations, the absolute doesn't get corrupted. See, one example I'll tell you. Once in a 5-star hotel, there was somebody's marriage. Now this person is a flute player, he may be knowing. There is one great flute player in India, his name is Chaurasia. What is his name? Hari Prasad Chaurasia. His son's marriage was there, I was invited in a 5-star hotel. So I went for the marriage. As I told you, my interest is food. So I went and attended that marriage and I took my food and sitting somewhere. Others were wild, I was domestic. So I took my vegetable thing and sat. And one person came, very neatly dressed properly, and I don't know who is he. So when he was coming, climbing the steps and walking, I looked at him, I said, hey, excuse me, please come here, I can't get up food in my lap. He came. I said, what is your shoe number? He was so shocked. He said, look here, this person doesn't know me. Second thing, he is a Swami, he is not a cobbler. Third thing, he is taking food. Fourth thing, I have come for a marriage. And he is asking such a funny question, what is your shoe number? He looked at me. I said, yes, I am very clear. What is your shoe number? He felt very uncomfortable. I said, your shoe number is 8, but you have put on 7. Then he said, my God, how do you know so detailed? I said, because the way you are walking. Then he told his story. He said, yesterday only I went and bought new shoes. So I selected the one, then I had to go to the counter and then I paid the thing and showed the slip and they packed and gave me. I came home. And this evening when I was coming for this, I put on the shoes and I felt maybe they are new or my socks are thick, they may be like that. Anyway, I sat in the car and came over here. But now when I was walking, it was difficult for me to walk. I said, therefore you are walking very funny. Nobody walks like you are walking. Now be attentive. When one number of shoe is less on your foot, how funny we walk? That infinite reality expressing through the finite 5 dirty things called as the body, how funny it will express. That funny expression of the infinite is called as soul. See? That happy man expressing through the limitation of the wife is called as the miserable husband. Think, friends, the day you discover this, then we are all expressions of the divine. The whole attitude of life will change. See? But instead of that, we are all the time, like, in the Panditjis in the temples, they tell, Papoham, Papa Karmaham, I am a sinner, I am a sinner. You are not the child of sin. You are the expression of the divinity. Amrutasya putraha. See, friends, but we are again and again banged right from childhood. You are not a sinner. You are divine. When we condemn ourselves, who can help us? As we should respect everybody in this world, equally we should respect ourselves. Don't condemn yourself. Then what I was thinking about, I am most unfortunate, I am very unlucky. No. You are not unlucky, you are not infinite. You are playing the role of whatever role you are given. Play your role beautifully. There is nothing wrong in that. See? And once you accept this principle, then you will find out the ways and means. And the ways and means are very simple. One or two examples I'll give you. This whole world is consisting of twins. There is nothing in this world without being a twin. Joy, sorrows. Birth, death. Gain, loss. Man, woman. Rich, poor. Health, disease. Doctor, patient. Everything is existing always in pairs. See? When I call, he is a man, I have already created a woman. When I call, somebody is tall, I have already created a short. When I call, somebody is beautiful, I have already created ugly. When I call, somebody is rich, I have already created a poor. This world fabric is made up of these crisscross threads. The world cannot be only good. Work cannot be only bad. Even the gold that you people buy, it is never 100% pure. Anything it is 100% pure cannot exist. There has to be some impurity. See, friends, once you know this principle, these facts of life, then you stop comparing with the world. One of the reasons of our misery is this. We get lost in comparison. See how lucky he is, his wife is so nice, so understanding. I am so unlucky. One person asked me this question. I told, look here, the grass on the other side of the fence is always green. You go that side, then you will understand. Accept the world as it is. You have learned the secret of discovering that it is we who create the hell, it is we who create the heaven. We are all so self-sufficient that we don't require anybody's help to become miserable. You are all alone by yourself in the room, and somebody comes, hey, what's wrong with you? What is right with me? Did anybody insult you? Who respects me? Are you hurt? When I am happy. Whenever a person starts talking philosophy, understand he is frustrated. Frustration expressed in dignified words is called as philosophy. That is what Socrates said. Every man should get married. If he gets a good wife, his life is wonderful. If he gets a terrible one, he becomes a philosopher. See, friends, once we understand the basics of life, then we know we are alone having different roles to play in our life. We all have to play many roles. For example, at this moment, my role is to talk on the topic that you gave me. Your role is to listen. Now, what difficulty is in this thing? No difficulty. But what happens? I am talking with reference to the topic only, is recorded. Now, don't answer this question. I have been talking to you for last 45 minutes. Out of 45 minutes, how many minutes you are listening to me? Even this is not heard. So I am playing my role, okay. But are you playing your role, okay? See, friends, if we are fully available, in one go things are clear. We don't need to repeat anything in life. We are not available. See, one day in one management conference, I conduct many of them. In that conference, we had to make one particular point. So I called them and told. I said, I'll call somebody randomly and give a topic. You have to speak for 3 minutes on that topic. And all of them highly educated, international companies, CEOs and all kinds of things. A necktie brand, not normal, the necktie. I always feel pity with the necktie. What for it is there? You can't wipe your nose, so small. You can't do anything with that. You can't cover your ears if it is cold. What for they are, God knows. I feel the only purpose they are good, useful is when they are overdrunk and fall in the gutter, so you can fish them out. So that type of audience. So I called one, and when I called a person, he looked at others. He came on the podium. And I told him, okay, sir, now you talk, give us a talk on. He expected I'll tell him something about finance, international relations, etc. Because that is their topic. I told him, please talk on cow. Cow? I said, this cow. Cow? What to talk on cow? Give me some better topic. I was keeping quiet. I said, you have got 3 minutes. Talk anything, we will not object. Cow. Cow, what cow? Cow has 4 legs, gives milk. What else? More than talk, it was a revolt. He said, I don't want to talk on this. I said, sir, there are till 2 minutes still remaining. You have to wait here for 2 minutes more. Don't talk, we don't care. And he became frustrated and he walked away. Then second person, when I called, they were more conscious now, I don't know what to do. And the second person came, and then to him I asked him, how the World Monetary Fund is managed in different countries. Now from the cow to the World Monetary Fund. So he prepared with another preparation. Instead of cow, I may call him pig. But pig has not come, directly monetary fund. Then he was told, I said, monetary fund, I never worked in this building. He also went. Third person came, more frustrated. We don't know what is coming. Then I told him, talk about the childhood of Mahatma Gandhi. I never studied Mahatma Gandhi, I don't know. Like that. After that, everything was over. I said, now we have conducted 3 experiments. Now let us learn. In our total life of so many years, if 3 minutes we cannot use them properly, can we use our total life properly? What is the reason? The reason is we are never prepared. Learn this principle. Every moment of our life is so valuable. But we are not recognized the value of this. Therefore, let anywhere we go, whatever is happening around us, always know that we have to all play different roles. If you are, let us take a brigadier in a military, and you go in front of your ranks, there you have the freedom and authority and your role to roar like a lion. Oh. That is your role, you play the role. But when you come home in front of your wife, don't forget, now you are not in the military office. Then when you come home, then meow, meow, start. You will be successful in life. But if you change, there you say meow, meow, and before a while say, oh, you are thrown out of the house. In short, we all have to play different roles in different situations. And every role can be perfectly played only if we are aware what for we are wherever we are. That's it. See? You have spent money, time, and come over here. So what for you have come over here? If that very purpose is not fulfilled, then we are not only wasting the money, time, energy, everything. In the same manner, what for we are in this world? If that purpose is not fulfilled, we have wasted our life. Then what God will say to us, my dear, I sent you as a human being, as an instrument to spread joy and happiness in this world. But you did not do that. Therefore, either you change or I change. You failed to change. Therefore, I have decided to change. In your next life, you will be a pig. Eat and procreate. And one day get slaughtered. Think. This is the last chance we as human beings have in this world. From here, we can make our life or mar our life. And for that, nobody in the world can help us except ourselves. There is no proxy. You may go and tell your wife, honey, darling, I don't like that quinine, it is very bitter, So will you please take it on my behalf? That poor honey will take. But because of that, your malaria will not go. In the same manner, we have to live our life, we have to die our death, and we have to lead our spiritual life. Please remember this basic principle. The religious life is different from the social life, is different from the spiritual life. We normally get lost either in the social life or in the religious life. So as I told you, this religious life, when we take this world and body as real, we are lost only in this. Then the second stage, then we take up the life at the second level, and the second level life is we live as somebody. The somebody we call as a soul. And what is the soul? The whole life, be attentive. If we have to write our autobiography in one line, what we will write? In one line we can conclude everything. Right from childhood till death, we have tried unsuccessfully fulfilling our desires. What we have done right from childhood? I want this, I want this. I got it, I didn't get that. What else we have done? When I was a child, I was very expert in playing marbles. So when I used to get marbles, I was so proud. Oh, show the marble. Come on, play with me. Come on. Now I am a grown-up man. Now what I want? I want a marble in my bathroom. See, friends, marble means the one which destroys your strength. Whole life spent only in changing the desires and fulfilling them. And this desire fulfillment project is like that. You fulfill one, the second comes. You fulfill the second, the third comes. There is no end. And ultimately then we decide, I think we should add one room to our house. Why? There is so much of things collected in the house, there is no place to stay. Therefore, we have to have one room, additional room. But we never think, removing the things, empty your things in your life. See the joy of life. Empty yourself. See, it is said, empty yourself, I shall feel thee. See, friends, so many things we have collected in life. There is no end to it. One of the NRI from Hong Kong, he came to India to settle in Pune, near Bombay, on some very prestigious, very rich place, but very important place. He bought one mansion type of house, old house. And then he took me to inaugurate the house. So I went to their house. And then he showed me, Swami, this is the... So I asked him, I said, hey, you are taking me to your house. Why did you bring me to the museum? He said, what museum? I said, you see, when I do my hands like that, Liberty says, hey, I am here. Okay, I'm so sorry. When I do hand like this, that Eiffel Tower falls down. So many things collected, there is no place for you to walk in this house. He said, Swamiji, can you imagine how much it will cost? I said, maybe 100, 200 rupees. Swamiji. Then just to change his topic, I asked him, hey, what is that round? He said, Swamiji, you don't know? I said, no, I don't know. It's a globe. Oh my God, you got a globe inside your house? You are a genius. No, it is just a model. I said, okay, what is that? See, then he started explaining me. Because I don't know what is a globe. See, Swamiji, this portion is called as the ocean and this called as the earth. Very good. Now, is our India there? Yes, he moved. This is India. Oh, very good. In this India, is Pune there? Yes, this is Pune, one dot. I say, in that Pune, this road where our house is there, is that house there? And in that road, in that house, this room, and in that room, you and me sit there. See, friends, get lost so much in this world. Just try this. One experiment you do. When you go, whichever room you have, one day for experiment's sake, remove everything from that room, keep in other rooms. And in that 100% empty room, only with the walls, just sit down. If you can sit on the floor or take a chair, sit down. And sit there quiet. And experience. Every object, everything in this world has a personality. They bombard their presence on our mind. When you go in the infinite, why we feel good? As much you are feeling over here in this hall, if you go on the seaside and stand there, you see your own experience. What is that? There you are free from the load of possessions for a short time. Lesser the load of possessions on our mind, happier we are. But what happens? We keep on accumulating the things because we are known only one thing: fulfill your desire, fulfill your desire, fulfill your desire. And then the problems are of two types: problems of having and problems of not having, both. See, first of all, I am not able to get married. Finally, you get married. So earlier, you are miserable because not able to get married. Now married, therefore miserable. Thereafter, are we happy? No. If we don't have the children, we are miserable. Then we run from pillar to post and somehow or the IVF and get the children. So earlier we are not happy because we don't have children. Now we are not happy because we have children. See, friends, miseries come by two sources: having something, not having something. And both of them we have given importance. When I give importance to something, if that is not there, I am miserable. If I give importance to something, if that goes away, I am miserable. So our whole life is planned to be miserable. See, friends, it's only because we have not learned the basics of life. We are infinite, we are divine. Instead of possessions and collections, start sharing and distribution. See the joy. See? The last thought of this session, one day one child asked me this question. I really love that child. I don't know where is he now. He came and he said, Swamiji, you said God is in our heart. I said, yes. But then I am also in my heart. I said, yes. Then there are two of them. I said, yes. Oh, very good. I said, what very good? He said, I'll give you a blow. And then I will say, God gave you, not me. There are two of them. See, like when your laptop is on, you get an icon, whether it is a battery operated or it is charging, is it not? In the same manner, how do we know who is operating, God or we? I said, hey, your question is the best question I ever heard. Therefore, you deserve a chocolate. So I gave him one nice chocolate, big one. He saw, I was so happy. Thank you, Swamiji. I said, no, thank you, eat. He said, no, I won't eat. I said, then eat back. I won't give you back also. Then what will you do? I'll give to my sister. I said, what sister? You eat, enjoy. No, I'll give to her. Then I asked him, I said, what will you get if your sister eats? Now he became serious. Then he asked me a question, Swami, do you have a sister? I said, no. Then you will not understand. Now see, he has answered it beautifully, is it not? What he meant is, when I give to someone whom I love, and if that person is happy, my happiness is multifold when I share than the happiness that I get by getting the things. Because in sharing, we expand, we break the barrier of individuality. See, friends, so this small pokey eye, when it breaks the barriers of possessions and relations, see, then the real I comes on the horizon of our life. And then out of an ordinary Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, a Mahatma Gandhi is born. Friends, it's possible for every one of us. It is not a monopoly of one or two, for every one of us. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.